Hello. Okay. So this is okay, hello. My name is Sophia. And I have decided that I am going to start sharing my voice on YouTube. I used to think about doing this when I was a child. And I didn't because maybe I was insecure and didn't think that I had anything worth sharing. I don't know, all those beautiful insecurities that can come up during the teenage years. Anyway, so I thought, fuck that, because I think maybe even if I share stuff and even if it just helps one person, then that will make all of this worthwhile. So I think my intention with all these videos that I'm going to make or might make, let's see how I go, don't want to put pressure on myself, I think the intention is to just share experiences, to share inspired things that I feel like sharing, I guess. And I think for some people that could be interesting, and for others not so interesting. So yeah, and I think today something that I would like to talk about is stepping into the love frequency and embodying it fully, just as it is for you, and like doing what you love and doing what brings you joy, because then you come into that frequency and then everything you do is imbued with this like beautiful force of love. And I think that when we be love, we attract love, and then sometimes we can be other vibrations as well, and I think that's okay. I don't know if you can see my face really well. Maybe it's too dark. Hopefully you can see me enough. So I think that this is very true, that when we do the things that bring us joy and love, and we're feeling this love, is when love is present all around you, you know, and especially when we're feeling gratitude for all the love that we can just notice and observe and see around us, not just like you don't have to force anything to make that love be there. It is just ever present and all loving. And I think the other thing is like real love is unconditional, and I don't think it can be called love if it's conditional. And I think that one thing about that as well is that sometimes people confuse, I guess, love with attachment or like staying with someone or whatever. But I think that, like, for example, with my last boyfriend, I remember when we were breaking up, I remember thinking like, this is like, I'm doing this because I love myself and because I love him, not for, it's like wanting the highest outcome for all beings, because we are the same one ultimately. This feels like deep truth for me, and so and even if immediately that doesn't look like what we think is love, it's like, oh, but she broke up with me, and if she loved me she wouldn't do that. I don't think I think that you can break up with someone because you love them and you want the best for them and you want the best for yourself, out of radical self-love and love for that person, even if they can't see it in that moment. And sometimes when people do things, we don't understand why, and sometimes we'll never understand why, but often I feel like there is this higher thing going on. This higher thing going on where it is all working out exactly as it needs to be, and all we need to do is be in trust and be in our hearts as well, and connected with the earth, and being connected with the elements as well. I think that's another big thing that as humans we can practice, is like really strengthening our relationships with the more than human world, with the elements, with the water, the earth, air, the fire. I think they all carry loads of magic, and I think that working with that magic for the highest and greatest good of all beings always, and in their free will as well, is powerful, and it is a way for us to do work in these human bodies as we spend our time on earth, because in the whole of existence we're only really in these bodies as this character, Sophia, for a pretty short space of time. And so I guess just doing the best that we can in that time, which we always are doing, I think, also always are doing our best. When we're not ready for something, we're just not ready for it, and that's okay. And there's no rush, and there's nowhere to be, nothing to do. These are big lessons of mine that I'm throughout anything that I say in all of these videos or things that I share, I'm never claiming to be perfect. I have a lot of work to be doing myself, working on myself. My my shadows come up, but I'm grateful as well that they come up when I'm in that perspective. I'm grateful because they get illuminated, and it means I can maybe create an opportunity. Maybe an opportunity is created to face those shadows that might unconsciously be ruling my life. I guess I'm speaking about quite a lot of different topics dispersed, but and I guess just setting the tone for what I might be sharing on here. I'm filming this video in this beautiful place in North Devon, that I've been living here for the last 8-9 months. I'm actually leaving in a few days, and it's like an amazing community, with like beautiful people who create art and music together, and create, remember the old ways as well, loads of sitting by the fire and singing and sharing and eating together and food, and it's been a really magical experience. And I can feel emotional about leaving this place, but I also know that I've learnt so much in these last 8 months being here. I've learnt so much about myself, about what's important to me, and I think a big thing that this place has given me is, before moving here, I was living very nomadically. I was traveling for like maybe 3 or 4 years without hadn't stayed more than 3 months in a place. I was like constantly moving a lot. There's a little bird come to visit. And I was moving a lot, and this place just gave me an opportunity to actually ground and really connect with what's growing around me, with the more than human world, with the trees, with the water, serious teaching me about water magic and the wind speaking and building fires. Before I got here, I hadn't ever really built a fire on my own, and now I can do that, and it was one of my biggest dreams coming here was learning. Well, I came here because I knew I could learn about these things. So anyway, maybe I'm rambling, but I think there is value in staying in a place and getting to know the locals beyond humans, and spending time and like reconnecting with this like effortless presence and playfulness that we all carry innately in our in our beings. So yeah, I've loved that. It's been amazing. And yeah, just the importance of connecting with the earth and the land and the sea and the stars and the moon and the fire and the sun, and all these like ancient friends of ours, who and teachers as well, and I think yeah, just like really listening to the land, because I think she's a living being, Mother Earth she's a being, and I think that I'm an expression of her as well, as as a woman as well, but also just as a human being on Earth. We're all her children, and we're sort of part of her, and our bodies will go back into the earth. And I think just really appreciating the land and like really taking an opportunity to learn about our ancestors and the way they lived and our indigenous roots, especially as an orphaned people. Like Europe is very orphaned, very disconnected from our indigenous lineages, our tribe, our way of tribe. I think it's definitely, I can see it reviving and coming, and I'm incredibly excited and hopeful for the future. But yeah, this is like really important part of like really listening to the land and creating a culture of care, and and creation over consumption, and bringing back plant speed, and then following the natural rhythms, and making art and music together, and creating things and working from materials with the land, in like a really sustainable way, which is all things that we've got to remember and relearn, I guess. Some people already know these things, but I think that, yeah, I mean, I strive to one day be a great elder who can show my beloved children to how to weave if they want to, or make an oven out of clay and build a little fire and even burn their pottery pieces in there, things like that, really like proper earthy things, and that simple, peaceful way of life that I think a lot of people are disconnected from. So yeah, I've been speaking for like 10 minutes now. Maybe I can do another video another time, but I think that just uploading these little videos where I say things that I believe in, and I might change my mind, and I'm not perfect, and I'm not claiming to know anything, or anything that I say is necessarily true. Obviously take what might inspire you or not, or ignore it and skip the video, do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I'm just trying something new, and I'm also facing my fears of being seen and sharing my expression and my love for this life. So this is me. My name is Sophia, and this is the beautiful place that I've been living in. So really grateful for this beautiful little stream that runs through. It's given me so much. Very, very magical. Very, very, very magical. If you ever get the opportunity to visit North Devon, highly recommend this gem. And it's been so beautiful as well, because England is incredibly built up, loads of like modern infrastructure, and there's not much wild left. And I think that's actually a big reason why people travel to these really far away places, because they're craving even just to take a picture of it, they can feel the beauty of the earth in these like wild places. So they pay 600 euros to fly to the other side of the world or more and then to see like these wild places that I think our soul desperately craves. Anyway, and so it's so nice. It's been so nice to live somewhere in England that, I mean, it's not as crazy, totally wild as some other places that I've been lucky to see on this earth, but it is very wild and very, very beautiful and green and by the sea. Anyway, so yeah, protecting these beautiful spaces and caring for them, being custodians and guardians of it's a responsibility that I take really well. I'm learning how to take seriously and learning how to do, actually, because obviously I haven't been taught this, you know. I haven't really had elders growing up totally. I mean, I have always sort of maybe secretly in the air somewhere, but I haven't really had adults teaching me how to be a good carer of the land, you know. It's a lot of the things I'm learning. Well, I guess that's not totally true, because I guess maybe not in the traditional village sense where the elders are teaching you, but I always have the elders, or just, they don't have to be older than me, but people around me have taught me everything. None of this I've learnt on my own. I don't know if I can really learn anything on my own. It's sort of part of an ecosystem, and it's all reciprocal, isn't it? I'm not just learning in a void. So yeah, but yeah, just listening to the land. It's a big prayer that I carry, and just reconnecting with our initiations, our rites of passage, like turning from a girl into a woman, like really like holding ceremony together, honoring the elements, the fire, the earth, the air, the water, praying with each other with the land, through our voices, you know, our voice and our dance and our art as a prayer for revolution. It's like a quiet revolution where we're putting just our hands into the soil, you know. Not that I do that every day as well, you know. I'm not perfect, but I do put my hands in the soil sometimes, and I love it, and I want to do more of it. So I'm on this journey of growth, and you are very welcome to join me on this adventure. And maybe I'll share more things along the way of maybe my personal journey. I don't know, but this is my first video. Sending you all loads of love. Have a beautiful day.